All right, Saints fans and Who-Dats, I have Mike Detillier on the line with me right now. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Good, good. Mike is here to talk a little bit about Nigel Bradham, what the fans can expect from a player like Nigel. Go ahead, let them know what's in store for the New Orleans Saints.
Well, Nigel has been a guy that's been brought up numerous times in the free agency part of the game. Nigel got cut loose for one reason. He was making a lot of money in Philly.
Yeah.
And so, he was a cap casualty for the Eagles. But you got to understand the connection here. Sean Payton, one of his closest friends in pro football, is Doug Peterson. And, so he knew a lot about Nigel from Doug, and also to Jim Schwartz, who's a longtime defensive coordinator and a former head coach in this league. So he had a lot of insights to Nigel, along with Malcolm Jenkins played with him. So, it's one of those situations where you have a lot of intel on that player.
Right.
The thing about it is, financially, coming up to those terms, and also having him being brought in for a physical. So now training camp starts, you can bring that guy in. So there had been a lot of talk about Nigel, but, okay, all the trains have to meet at the same spot. And finally it happened today. That he's going to be, he's not a young player anymore. I mean, he's got some age on him. He's going to be, I think, 31 in early September. But he has started at both weak side and strong side linebacker. When you see him, and he's a big, very physical football player, known for being a very instinctive guy. Now, when you play in Schwartz's defense, he puts you in a lot of what I call pressure point spots. He puts a lot of pressure on you, and you got to know your assignments. And Nigel's been able to do that very, very well. So he brings you a big physical nature. He's smart. He's instinctive. He's versatile. Isn't that what you want on your football team at this stage? You're looking to add some depth and a potential starter.
Right.
When you look at the linebacking core that they have, because there's some injuries there. And certainly with Kiko Alonso with the knee injury, and also with Kiko, you heard Sean a little bit yesterday talk about the fact that, they're going to take it easy with him a little bit.
Right.
And also, too, the injury history with Alex Anzalone. So you get it. Now, from the coverage standpoint, he's solid. But what you see today so much in the NFL is almost 75% of the time, you are out of a base defense. You're in either a nickel or a dime situation. And so if you're going to play linebacker, you better be able to cover. And you got to know angles and how to get that running back coming out the backfield or that tight end. Nigel's done it. He's done it very well. And I know one thing, in Nigel's mind, he's not coming here to be no backup.
Right.
He's going to be a starter. And that's always been his mentality. I remember when he came out of high school, he was a 5-star recruit. He was one of the most highly recruited linebackers in the country. Did a really good job at Florida State. Started with Buffalo and then ended up with the Eagles. And when you've played for this long, you got to know what you're doing. Not some of the time, all the time. You got to know what you're doing.
Right, right.
And I think that's important.
Mike, the common theme with most of the free agent signings, as well as going into the camp, and the Saints have played it very smart. And you listen to what Sean Payton talked about in his press conference, as far as having guys to know what they're doing and guys ready to go, because it sounds like Payton's already in football mode, right? So it's good to have a guy like Nigel Bradham who understands the schemes, understand the different positions, can play multiple positions if called upon as well.
But, Bradham's a guy that when you play this long, they're not telling you to do anything you haven't done before. Okay? You've been there, done that. It's not like a rookie. It's not like somebody in their first year. He has done this, and he's done it at multiple positions. And he's played for a guy that, man, he throws a lot of different things at you. Because that's what Schwartz is known for. He throws a lot of different alignments at you. And so you got to beat it. And so you got to understand it. And he does that extremely well. And so I think the one thing that sticks out to me, other than his versatility, is, and he knows what to do on every play. He's smart. And he's got that intelligence level that you're looking for. And you understand with this Saints team, yeah, I'd love to have the 25-year-old Adam. But you know what? At this stage, you understand that there are rich players in this league.
Right.
That's what Nigel Bradham is. He's a rich player for at least one season and see what happens. The guy that's really on the hot seat now is Craig Robertson. Because now Craig, who is the one guy that you could swing around. He can play the weak side. He can play the strong side. He can do that. All of a sudden, you're bringing in a guy that, if he ends up being a backup, he has played those positions. And he's played them very, very well. And I love the physical nature of his game, too, because that's something when you play with Schwartz and that defense, and they're real physical to the football and run defense. You're playing in a lot of cold weather games, too, out in Philly, because you're playing in New York. You got to play in Washington, those sort of things. But, and you got to see them a lot. The Saints have played the Eagles a lot, over the last few years. So you got the book on Nigel Bradham. You have all the information that you're looking for on him as a player. And so he's a nice pickup late sort of in the game. But you understand you're not practicing tomorrow. So it won't take him long to learn this playbook. I mean, he's going to have that down. And I'm just telling everybody, he's not coming here thinking he's a backup. Nigel, his sense is, I'm coming there to be one of the starters.
Good. Do you think, based upon what he's able to do, we have Demario Davis, which is already penciled in. We have the young rookie, Zach Bond and Bradham. Do you think that is the tandem that the Saints could go with?
I think if you had a healthy Alex Anzalone, he's your starter inside. He's got to be healthy, okay? And that's the big question mark, because Anzalone can play. He is a really good football player. The problem is keeping him healthy. And so I would say Anzalone would be the guy in the middle. And you got Demario and Alex, and I think they would go with Bradham. I think those three, to me, are the more likely starters if everybody's healthy.
Okay. Well, guys, you heard it from Mike Detillier. Mike, I really do appreciate your time. Go back, have your dinner, and enjoy yourself. But, guys, the Saints have just signed free agent linebacker. Well, no longer free agent linebacker. He's now a New Orleans Saints, Mr. Nigel Bradham. Thank you, Mike. Take care.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And look for another signee. They got to bring in a corner real soon.
Right. We've been talking about that as well on the Bayou Blitz. Good call. All right, guys. Take care. You guys have a good evening. Bye.
Thank you, Kyle.